Hello, my name's Tim McConnell. I'm the managing partner of McConnell HR Consulting. Today, we're going to talk about the importance of organization design. Do you ever wonder what jobs people have? I do, all the time. If you see someone in uniform, it's probably a no-brainer that they're an airline pilot, a cop, a firefighter, a security guard. But what about people in regular clothes? You see them walking down the street in the morning. Where are they going? You see them sitting in restaurants, shopping at the mall. These people, I always wonder, where do they work? What's their job? What do they do? That's organization design. I have more questions. What about the place you work? Is the organization of your business well designed? How do you know? What does a well-designed organization look like? How does it feel to work there? How is it different from a poorly designed organization? In business, this is organization design. It's an essential capability for executives and HR professionals. Organization design is the way your business is structured to comply with your strategic plan. It's the link between your goals and how staff are working to achieve those goals. It's about how jobs, structure, and processes drive the achievement of your corporate strategy. Organization design is not to be confused with organization development, even though they're both called OD. They're two different concepts. Organization development deals with the people side of business performance, leadership, team dynamics, operational effectiveness. Organization development entails leadership coaching, effective communication strategies, change awareness, etc. In simpler terms, org development deals with soft matters, while organization design is hard. And this is what we're going to talk about. It's simple, right? I mean, in organization design, what could possibly go wrong? The biggest thing that could go wrong is entropy. Entropy is the biggest problem in your business, and you're wondering, entropy, what the heck is that? Entropy is a disease that every organization faces. It's a natural process of degeneration. It's an automatic and unavoidable trend toward disorder. In physics, it's called the second law of thermodynamics, and we use it in business. It's a silent killer of organizational performance, and it's happening in your office right now. Entropy is happening right in front of your eyes. See this coffee cup? What happens if I just let it sit there for a day, do nothing? Tomorrow, the coffee will have degenerated. The water will evaporate, the heat will dissipate, the sugar and coffee grounds will dry up, and it will look like a bloody mess, ready for the dishwasher, right? This is exactly what happens to the structure of your business if you don't actively manage it. Aside from that, OD is like your closet. Is your closet proper and orderly, or is it a big mess? I call this chaos or control. There are 8 signs of poor organization design. See if you recognize any of these. 1, poor inter-office coordination. Signs to look for: silos, cliques, units competing with each other, units not collaborating with each other, office staff not talking to the field staff. Does that happen at your place? Duplication of effort. 2nd, excessive friction and conflict. Signs to look for: venting sessions and anger. 2, excessive friction and conflict. Signs to look for: venting sessions and anger, when someone just loses it. Is there anger in your office? Other signs: high turnover, lack of trust and credibility. 3 is unclear roles. Signs to look for: people saying that's our job, not your job, finger pointing, blame. 4, misused resources. Things to look for: tasks unfilled when somebody is away, staff under or overutilized, people wearing too many hats. 5, poor workflow. Signs to look for: firefighting, a high ratio of checking and reviewing, tasks and processes taking far too long to complete. 6, multiple boss syndrome. Things to look for: dual reporting lines, conflicting priorities, staff don't know who to please. How many bosses do you have? 7, reduced responsiveness. Things to look for: delays, increased customer wait times, and lastly, proliferation. Things to look for: acting assignments all over the place, multiple committees, projects and task forces popping up to address every issue. Do you recognize any of these in your workplace? Yes, you say, okay, what now? But what can I do? You could be a hero. You can recognize these signs. You can flag them, document them, identify the impact, and then consider the option of an organization review. The steps in an org review are to assess your current model, develop options for a new design, review the pros and cons of those options and select an ideal new model, conduct a talent assessment for your new model, plan your transformation, which is standard change management. All right, back to the theory. There are 6 elements of OD you should be aware of. Strategy. Why does your business exist? What are you trying to achieve? Do all your staff agree on what your goals are and how to achieve them? Processes. These are the sets of interconnected business and program activities. They use inputs, they produce outputs or deliverables. You could have a payroll process, a sales process, a procurement process, and a customer service process. Structure. These are the positions on your org chart. They depict roles, functions, departments, management levels, and spans of control. Element number 4 in org design, culture. These are the norms and values of the organization. It's the way things are done around here. Culture is the personality of your organization. It's reflected in how your staff think, act, feel, dress, and how they answer the phone. Have you ever said, and I bet you have, that person doesn't fit in? Well, why? Why don't they fit in? That's culture. Culture is very important. There's an old quote from Peter Drucker. He said, "Culture eats strategy for breakfast." Any company that disconnects the two puts its success at risk. So you can't have a strategy unless you got the right culture to go with it. Element 5 of OD is people. These are the types of skills needed to perform your work. In our firm, we call ourselves organizational architects. We distinguish ourselves from engineers because we consider the people impact of organizational models and change. We design an approved organizational model for a client, and then we overlay a people map. This tells us who fits in the new model, who may require training, who doesn't fit at all, and what jobs might be vacant. So now I think, okay, Tim, that's nice, but so what? What does this mean to me? There are several reasons why and when you should consider organizational design. A merger or an acquisition will cause you to stand back and ask, how can we integrate this new group? What operations will you now have 2 of, like finance, IT, or HR? Or a change in strategy. We get calls on Monday morning from executive directors saying that their board met on the weekend and completely changed the strategy and direction of the nonprofit, yet their entire organization structure is set up the old way. Another reason to conduct an organizational review, a change of leadership. A new leader arrives, looks around, and decides they don't like how the place is run or how it's structured. Performance failures are another reason for an org review. Poor financial results, the need to reduce costs, or stakeholders unhappy with your program deliverables. These all drive the need for organizational change. Okay, Tim, sounds interesting, but what are the benefits? The benefits include improved employee satisfaction, customer and stakeholder satisfaction, financial performance, competitive advantage, decision-making processes, communications with everybody, productivity, and overall operational effectiveness. So, Tim, if this is so great, how come everybody's not doing it? There's lots of reasons. They're hanging on a shred of hope that the problem will fix itself. There's internal office politics. Executives have pet strategies that they don't want to give up. It's scary to mess things up that are comfortable. As the saying goes, the devil you know is better than the devil you don't know. Competing priorities may exist, or they say we're not ready or we don't have time for change. Lastly, a few final tips about org design. You may say, yeah, been there, done that. We had a big reorg last year. There was a great speech from the CEO. We moved a bunch of boxes around on the org chart. We're good to go. No, that was last year. Things have changed. Remember Entropy. Other things to remember, design for battle. Business is a competition. Your weapons are financial capital, human capital, and intellectual property. Your skilled workers are your troops. Design your structure to win. Other tips, avoid entropy. Keep moving. Your organization has to continually evolve, grow, and realign. Maximize agility and innovation. Continual adaptation is vital to survival. Don't be the Kodak of your sector. Simplify decision making. Great organizations make great decisions. They do this by simplifying their command and control functions. Streamline your processes. Program evaluation and BPR, business process reengineering, are useful tools for improving critical performance measures such as cost, service, quality, and speed. Lastly, manage your talent. Have a human resources strategy. Ensure that you always have the right people with the right numbers, with the right skills, in the right place at the right time. That's organization design. Thank you.